Good evening, everyone. I'm Leah Dixon from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am live for my regular Monday night Facebook Live, and this week I have the paper pumpkin for you. This is the November Wrapped in Cheer paper pumpkin. It was sitting on my steps when I got home from work today, so super excited to be able to share this with you and hopefully be able to create some alternative cards as well with this kit. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop and we will get started. All right, so with the beautiful red paper pumpkin box, of course, and this month we have a cute little Christmassy, what's going on? Why is my screen frozen? Oh, there we go. Not frozen anymore. Cute little Christmassy stamp set here. So a gift for you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, with love, to and from our home to yours, and sending a little Christmas cheer, as well as like a little wreath piece. So really cute stamp set. We have some Mossy Meadow ink. Oops. So I'll grab my ink pad of that. And then let's see what we have for all of our little goodies in here. Oh, I love it. It looks like we've got some beautiful red gems here. And sorry about the little glare there. I'll move that down. Awesome. So let's open this up and see what we've got. I think that this, based on it being called Wrapped in Cheer, I think that it's little gift boxes this month, but we'll see what we've got. Okay, so we've got some linen thread in here, which is always a nice classic thing to have. Love having extra linen thread. These beautiful, like they're almost like frosted, but they're red gems. And then our adhesives here, mini dimensionals and glue dots. And yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, but they're nice. They're lined. So they have that food safe liner in them. And cute little boxes to make. So those will be great. And then we've got some tags here. So it looks like we're getting, how many here of each one? 1, 2. So, very cool though. 2, so 4 of each one. But the back sides have the red stripes on them. And the front sides are green with a little bit of white at the bottom. Hello, thanks for joining. All right, so that is our little tags that we've got here. So I'm going to punch those out. All right, and then we have some banners in the red and green, along with some small sentiment pieces here. So it looks like we've got 2 sheets of that as well, so 4 of each. I'm not even actually sure how many projects we're making. I haven't really seen the instructions yet. And then some beautiful bows here, but these look like they're printed on watercolor paper. So they've got like a nice little texture to them, which is really cool. Oh, beautiful. And then we've got, looks like 4 layers here of these beautiful die cuts. I'm just going to try and pick those all up at once. So we've got 2 different wreaths and 2 different boughs of greenery there. So some really beautiful pieces. And then I always panic at this point. I'm like, where are my instructions? Move our cardboard out of the way. And we have both the label for our stamp set that we can put off to the side. And then, of course, this also coordinates with the dies. Let me just pull those out. So these are the dies that coordinate with October, November, and December's paper pumpkins. We've got the word joy and some greenery as well that can go with everything. So I'll keep those on hand for alternative cards. Put that to the side for now. And then our projects. So it looks like We've got a few different designs, and we get to make 4 of each box, and so 2 different designs. So those are just absolutely adorable. I'm just going to make 1 of each, and then we'll have some fun creating some alternatives with some of the extra pieces that we've got. So let's see. We're going to start, you know what? I'm going to start by reading the instructions and see what they say to start with. What a novel idea. All right, so we're going to start with a gift for you with love, and then stamping on the other side. So we're stamping on both sides of our tags. That's cool. So we're going to take, not that one. We want a green one. So it doesn't look like we'll actually have a lot of extra pieces in this kit. We'll just have the stamp set to work with when we're done. It doesn't look like they gave us any extras. But that's okay. We'll figure out something to do. All right, so on this one, we're going to start by putting a gift for you in Mossy Meadow. And then the Merry Christmas on one of these banners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they did give us some extra banners, and they've allowed us to make 2 mistakes. We have 5 of these banners, and we will not need all 5 of them. So there we go. I'll put that one off to the side. So we're going to stamp on there, and then flip that over and stamp. So if you've got extra blocks, that's awesome. If you only have the 1 block that comes in your kit, then you're just going to have to clean and switch it up. Oh, hi, Keisha. So I'm going to put my Merry Christmas on there, and we'll get started with that. And ink that up. I'm going to give this just a little... I know I re-inked this the other day because it was extra dry. I think with the heat turning on in the house, I had this over on my table, and there's a vent that blows on it, and it kind of dried it out. So, all right, that's kind of good now. All right, not too dry. So I'm going to stamp that Merry Christmas. There we go. Beautiful. And then on this one, I'm going to stamp a gift for you. And then it looks like they put the with love underneath. So I'm actually going to mount that all as one. So the way I like to do that is I'm going to place my stamp on there. Then I'm going to grab my with love and place that underneath. Oops. And then put my with love underneath. Oh, come on. Stand still. There we go. So now that I have that lined up on my actual tag how I want it, then I'm going to take my block and pick up the 2 pieces together and stamp them together. Now, you could always stamp it once off on a scrap piece of paper to make sure they're distanced the way you'd like them. But I'm pretty happy with that. And there we go. So there's a gift for you with love. So sweet. And then we're going to flip over our tag, and we're going to stamp the wreath on here as well. I feel like we're using all the pieces tonight. It's nice. So let's come in here, pick that up, give that a little tap, and they've put the lines on the wreath down in the bottom right-hand corner, and I'm guessing there's a reason for that, so I'm going to copy them. Hi, Susie. Thanks for joining. Hope you guys are all having a great evening. I'm just so happy the rain held off today. So here we go. Now we're done with our stamping on this card. So I'm going to put that ink away for a moment, and we're going to gather up some of our pieces that we have here. So we're going to get one of our bows. It looks like they're all the same. So just pop that out. Oh, come on. There we go. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so they gave us just enough bows as well. No extras there. All right, we'll pop out those centers. There. Now on this bow, they want us to put a dimensional on the back. So they've given us the little mini dimensionals. I'm actually just going to grab a pack that I've got here that's already open of the minis. Trying to use up bits before I start in on new packs. So we're going to put one mini right there on the back and two minis on the back of our sentiment. There we go. And then we're going to grab some wreaths here. So we're actually taking one of each, it looks like. And maybe layering them together. Interesting. All right, so I'm actually going to try pulling these out, all the layers at once. Sometimes it works and sometimes they're just too intricate for that. This one feels like it's too intricate. Okay, so we'll just take one sheet. So we're putting the dimensionals actually on the green side of this, it looks like, so that the white side's going to show. So that side's going to show. That's interesting. I always like to make one the way they suggest, and then I'll switch it up and do it differently. But for this first one, we're going to do exactly what they're suggesting. So they're saying to take this banner and put some, so we want to find where it doubles up and turn it around like that. And then we're going to put a mini dimensional right here and a mini one right here, it looks like. All right, so we've got those on our wreath, and then they are suggesting some mini glue dots on this one to put it down. Okay, so interesting. We're going to take, so there's two sides to it, a light green and a dark green. We're going to take the dark green side facing up, and I had some mini glue dots here a moment ago. Where did they go? They're there. Okay. So we're going to take those. Now, one thing that doesn't come in your kit, but I like to use with these, is my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to pick up a glue dot, and they're suggesting that we place it one up at the top and one down at the bottom. And then they are suggesting that we take that off and flip this over and attach this right along there. All right. So then kind of between the two layers of the wreath, you get your mini glue dots all covered up. Oh, hi, Kim. Thanks for joining. So I'm just working on our first, it's a little gift box with a gift tag, and just working on building that. So now they don't give us a ton of instruction beyond this for how to build it, but it looks like we're going to take our backings off of our dimensionals. We're putting our dimensionals kind of up near the top and bottom because our wreath actually goes off the edges of our tag. There we go. So like that. Then we're going to take our Merry Christmas and put that across. So that's interesting. If I had known that, I actually don't think I would have put my mini dimensionals on my banner and actually pull them off. My favorite way to do that is, I know I want it across the center, so I'm actually going to put them on my tag and then put my banner across them like that. There we go, just like that. So our Merry Christmas banner goes across, and then we're going to get some of that twine that they gave us, and we are going to tie a bow. They're suggesting that we use 12 inches of this twine. So I'm going to use my glass mat here to measure out 12. Grab that. And when I use this, I'm going to actually use it to tie the label I've been working on and attach it to this red banner that's going to go behind. So I'm going to take one of my red banners and pop the top out of it. There we go. And then I'm going to use my twine to hold the two pieces together. So we'll put that through. Maybe we'll put that through. There we go. So I like to put it through, pull the two ends so that they're equal, and then tie a knot before I start tying a bow. And I do a double knot. This ties small, so the knot's not going to be bulky. So I'll tie a double knot there, and then bunny ears and make a nice big bow. So there we go. So this kit is just in perfect time. I know lots of people are getting close to finishing up their Christmas cards so they can mail them. So this is nice just to also have a few little gift boxes to, give small gifts in, or if you've got those teenagers in your life, to give them gift cards and cash and stuff like that. Then we'll take the backing off of our little bow and use that just to, oops, don't cover up your words though. Tilt it a bit to the side so that we're not covering up our Merry Christmas. And you're just going to use that to cover up the little hole at the top as well. All right, so our bow's on just sideways, so it kind of goes across your Christmas. I might even lower my wreath on the next one that I make, just so that it stays a little bit more out of the way, but that'll be okay. You could even tuck that behind. I think that's what I'll do so that it doesn't get in the way. So we've got that. And now we get to add some of these gorgeous red gems. They've got the suggestion on here that we use 3, which is always a nice number. And you can create that nice little triangle. So I'm going to come in here and grab 3 of these. Very cool. And so they are suggesting one kind of up here on your wreath. All 3 they've actually got being placed like on the wreath, which I guess makes sense. All right. And then one down here. And one over here. So we've got kind of like a little, there we go. Got like a little triangle going on there, and that one's just kind of tucked in behind. Oh, Kim, my last craft fair was really nice. It's just a really nice venue and local to me, so it's always nice to see people. And then, yeah, sales were pretty good, even though the craft fair itself felt quieter. Sales were great. So, yeah. All right, so that's our first tag done. Now, what they're suggesting is that we put 3 dimensionals on the back here, and this is how we are going to attach it to that little box. So before I make the next tag, I'll just show you guys how to make the boxes. Oops, I guess I shouldn't have peeled those backings off. We'll just leave that there. Got a little excited. So we've got our little box here. I always like to start by folding in all the edges. I just find it makes things so much more smooth when we go to actually put the box together. And this is one of those no tape boxes. So yeah, it's kind of cool. All right. So now what we do is we turn in these skinny tabs. Yeah, it'll fit gift cards. So here we go. We're going to put in those skinny tabs, and then you fold this edge over, and it kind of clicks in to the bottom. I realize now I forgot to do that one fold, which is why it's not folding very nicely for me. And then the other side, we just want those tabs to stay inside where we're folding. And then it clicks into place. And then our lid tucks in like that. And so pretty cool. And then I keep, oops, I don't see it right now. I try to keep a gift card right here just so I can always double check. I don't know where my gift card went, but I have like a business card, and you can see even a business card fits in there nicely. So yeah, you can throw a gift card in there and you're good to go. So the way we are going to attach this now is, I don't know which way they want us. Okay, so they're saying to actually turn it this way. So your gift box will open on the side like that. And so we're going to take our little label here, and I'm just going to let it all hang off the top and the bottom. I might even open this just once to give it like a little push down. So our red banner stays still, and then our top one can kind of slide around, and that way you can also, you know, flip it over and write on it and stuff like that. So that is our first gift tag with our little gift box. So yeah, they're pretty cute. I like them. So yeah, lots of things you can put in there. Put some chocolates in there, some gift cards, just sweet little things. So wrapped in cheer. It's definitely true. All right, our next tag uses all of our other pieces. So let's see, do I have, no, I don't have any of those bits popped out yet. Okay, so we're going to need both of our greeneries that were left behind. These are so pretty. Just be patient when you're pulling them out so that you don't accidentally rip them, because they did not give us extras. Okay, so our 2 pieces of greenery. And then we used a red banner this time, so we're going to use a green banner for our next one. And I don't know if we're going to use a sentiment or not. It doesn't look like it. Interesting. So we will have actually lots of extra sentiment pieces. Yeah, no sentiment. So there is a sentiment bar left over if you want to use it, but this one doesn't actually have one on it. We're just going to do our sentiment on the very back. All right, so we've got that. We need another white bow. It is super cool that all the greenery is dual colored. I really like that. And so again, on this one, we're going to use one with the white side showing and one with the green side showing. So there's our little bow. And I'm just so curious about these watercolor bows. Like, I love the texture it gives, but I also feel like you could have so much fun painting that and making a really beautiful watercolor piece. All right, so for this one, we want the red card that has the green stripes on the back. And we're going to stamp 2 more sentiments on here. There's going to be nothing left to hold this all together. So we're stamping, sending a little Christmas cheer, and from our home to yours. So sending a little Christmas cheer from our home to yours. Okay, so I'm just going to line those up how I think they look right on there, and then I'll put the block over top. The advantage of doing this all on one block is then if you are making all 4 at once, you don't have to think about lining it up again. You can just stamp all 4. Okay, beautiful. So I'll pick that up on my block, grab my Mossy Meadow ink, and stamp away. does not look straight. I think it got moved when I put my thing down, so I'm just going to double check that. See what that looks like. Okay, that's better. Okay. And there we go. I love that sending a little Christmas cheer. The font is so pretty. I can see myself using that sentiment on a lot of things. In fact, I just got that big little thing stamp set with the little hippo. I can see myself putting a little Christmas hat on him and that sentiment beside him. Which I'll be stamping later tonight. Okay, so that's our stamping on this gift card. There's not much else to it. So now what we're going to do is flip this over. We're going to take our 2 pieces of greenery, and they want us putting mini glue dots on to hold this in place. Okay, so our one piece is supposed to be coming down like that, and so we want to put mini glue dots on the back of this. So I'm going to flip that over, grab my take your pick tool, and do that. So they're suggesting one at the very top, one out on this little leaf, one down here, and one over here. All right, so not too many, just enough to have it stick. Okay, oh, come on. Peel those off. All right, and then we'll flip this over, pop it down on our tag. There we go. And now we're going to put some dots on the back of this piece. So kind of the longer, thinner one. And there we go. There, and one down here. Okay, so we'll peel those off and place that over top of our other one. Okay, and so it's kind of cool. We overlap these, and it's easy to do because that circle at the top kind of keeps them overlapped. There we go. So just like that, and then we're going to take our green piece and our red piece and tie them together with a piece of twine before we go ahead and attach our bow. So again, we're coming in here, grabbing 12 inches of our linen thread, put that through, and then I'm going to tie my double knot before I tie my bow. So find my 2 ends, pull it together, tie a knot and a second knot there, and then we make our bow. All right. So here we have it. And then we take this big bow and put a mini dimensional on the back of it. Pop that on just below the knot. Just like that. Now we have our double bow, and then we actually do put some red gems on here. They're a little bit harder to see. They blend in a little bit more. But we come in over here. One over here. And they do say oh, there we go. Like they say we use 3, but I don't see it over here up on the top. So they do kind of blend in. I don't know. I think if I were to make more, I might grab something a little bit more sparkly. So it's a little bit easier to see. And then again, to attach this to the front of the box, we're going to grab 3 mini dimensionals, or in my case, 3 chunks, because I'm going to use up the edging. And I'm not going to peel the backings off those yet until I get my next box ready to go. So there's the fold that I missed doing last time. Do it first. So there's all of our lengthwise ones. Now we'll do all of our sideways ones. Okay, like that. And then pop this in like that. And another one in like that. So now we have our cute little box created for our gift card or whatever. And now I can peel these backings off and attach it to the front of the box. Just like that. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. There we go. And voila, we have our second one done. So these are the 2 tags that we've got with the little boxes, and just super fun. So you can create all those tags to put on the boxes, or you can create the tags however you want and decorate the boxes completely differently. So looking at this, the only piece that we have extra of are these little banners. So I'm going to grab our stamp set and see what we can do, see what we can create with the 2 pieces that we have left over. So we have no bows, no wreaths, nothing. We just have a couple of little banners left. That's it. So we'll see what we can come up with for an alternative card using just that. And we do also have the happy holidays that I didn't use on here, and the little to and from. So I think that given how few things we have here to work with, I am actually going to grab my die here, and I want to see if this little wreath, it doesn't quite fit on. It's actually a little bit too big for that tag, which is actually kind of cool. It means we will have to fussy cut our wreath, but that's okay. So I'm going to grab the little tag in here. Oh, I'm glad you like it when I do the alternatives, Kim. I actually really enjoy them. And if you are part of like a customer of mine for Paper Pumpkin, you know as well that you always get a 10-card Paper Pumpkin alternative PDF, and it does not use any leftover bits from the kit other than the stamp set. So it's kind of a cool little thing. I'm just going to go grab some basic white. I wasn't sure what colors to have. So I'm going to grab some basic white to create this tag. All right, I almost couldn't find my basic white. I did a little office cleanup and I moved to the spot where I keep all my white scraps. Yeah, and the Paper Pumpkin sale coming up. So if you are already a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, though, do be aware that when you take advantage of the upcoming sale, and you order a subscription, you will automatically be sent the first month that you subscribe for. So you will automatically be sent the December kit. So if you are already receiving Paper Pumpkin, you're going to want to pause that subscription for December so that you don't end up with 2 of it. I mean, unless you want to. because yeah, anytime you start a new subscription, it automatically sends the first month. So just something to be aware of. All right, if I need more of those little tags, I will cut more. But for right now, we're just going to cut the one and then move this machine out of the way. Now, with that cut, I'm going to grab another scrap of basic white, and I'm going to stamp my wreath in Mossy Meadow. That is the color that came in our kit. So there we go. Grab my Mossy Meadow, grab my wreath, and I'm going to stamp that. And while we're at it, I'm going to grab this little leftover banner that we have, and I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas on it as well. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's our stamping for this one. Close that up. Now, this little wreath, we are going to cut all around it. And I'm not going to be too fussy, but I'm going to give it a little bit of detail and definition. All right. There we go. Yeah, so some other things that are going on. We will have the paper pumpkin sale happening I think it's December 1st is when it starts. And then I have my Stampin' Bingo, my nearly New Year's Stampin' Bingo. Registration has opened for that. It is featuring the Big Little Things stamp set and then some beautiful DSP and ribbon and everything in the little swag bag that you get. And then we'll play some bingo and lots of prizes and everything. And it'll be a lot of fun. It's all online on December 30th. So you can go to my website, stampinwithleah.ca, and you'll find the link to that under classes, or you can just message me and I can send you the link to register for that. I've done it a few years and it's actually so much fun. Oh, I'm so glad you're looking forward to it, Kim. Yeah, it is going to be awesome. And so you'll make 6 cards at the class, and then have like leftover materials in your beautiful stamp set to make many more. Now the stamp set doesn't actually come with the stamp camp, so if you already own it, you're set, and if you don't own it, then you can do it as an add-on. So yeah, got you covered both ways. Okay, so now I think we're going to take that beautiful wreath and possibly pop it on just like that. I feel like I want to cut out the inside though, so I can wrap twine around there or something. I feel like it's just missing a little something on there, and we need a little something in the background too. Maybe our tag shouldn't be white. Maybe our tag should be done in crumb cake or basic beige. All right, let's start by cutting out the center of our wreath. I'm feeling like that's just something that needs to be done. There we go. So I'm going to come in here and cut out the center. All right. Let's see. I gotta go this way. There we go. So I'm not going to be as close to the image when I cut the center. I don't want to make this too flimsy. It's also a bit harder because I can't see the image as well doing it this way. It's on the wrong side of my scissor blade. So let's keep a bit of a bigger distance as we do this, and it should work out just fine. There we go. All right. Um, so there we go. Just going around, around, and around. All right. There we go. So I got my wreath cut out on the inside and the out. So I think that just gives it a little bit of a nicer look. And what it also allows me to do now is I've got this thinner bit where I'm going to be able to tie some twine around. Yeah, I know we have about 6 people on right now. We were up to 12 for a while there. If people do want to say hi, that would be great. I'd love to know who's on and watching and maybe even stamping along with me if your paper pumpkin arrived today. And yeah, if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, definitely check out some of the past kits that we've had. All of my videos are on YouTube, or you can find the replays also on my blog. Oh, hi, Louise. And yeah, if you're not already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, check them out. See what kinds of things are coming. And like next month is supposed to be just these absolutely gorgeous watercolor leaves. I'm really excited to see next month's kit. So here we go. So I just tied that little bow around there. And I'm just feeling like I want to switch up our tag background, though the white is not really doing it for me. I could cut this out of another piece of cardstock, but I do kind of like the idea of the back being white so that you could write names and stuff on it, do whatever. I think what I might do is actually do this "A Gift for You with Love" and stamp that on the back right after I clean up the back. I've got something sticky on my glass mat. I'm not sure how or where that came from. Let's just give that a little clean. I have to give this desk a much better clean in a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to stamp this on the back. There we go. And then I think the other side, I'm going to grab a blending brush and actually give it some color that way. Just trying to decide if we're going to do red or green. I feel like we've got the green ink, so we might as well make it green. And then we won't overwhelm. We'll just have the little dashes of red there. Or maybe we'll totally do it differently and we'll do like a blue background. Let's grab a blue. So I'm going to grab my balmy blue. It's my favorite to go with Christmas green and red. And grab a blending brush. And we're just going to give this a really soft blue coating. Oh, now, you know what, though? I don't want to smudge this onto the back, so I'm going to put a piece down, because if I get the blue ink on my glass mat, then it could smudge onto the back of my tag where I've done some stamping. Okay. So actually, looking at this, I feel like maybe we'll get a little fancy and we'll blend 2 colors. So I'm going to do the blue on one side, and then I'm going to do the green on the bottom and blend it up in. So got my mossy meadow, and we'll end up blending the 2 together. Okay. There we go. All right. Here we go. So we've got a blue and green tag on one side, and then we've got a gift for you with love on the other side. Oh, sorry, I'm out of the screen there. All right, so just like that on one side and like that on the other. I'm going to come back in with a bit more blue. I feel like now my blue has been overpowered. That mossy meadow, grab the balmy blue again. And so where they overlap, they almost make like a nice, pretty peacock kind of color. Okay, so we've got that. And now with that all done, I can take my wreath and my sentiment, and we can attach both of these to our little tag. And so I'm actually going to kind of line them up how I want them, and then I'm going to pick them up and put my dimensionals on the back so that they actually like almost tape it together. Where are my dimensionals? There we go. So I'm just grabbing like the border here and putting that right across, and a piece right there. Okay, so now I just realized that piece is going to hang off too much though. I'm going to tuck that in closer. There we go. All right, so now this goes on our tag front, just like that. And then we can use more twine for the top of our tag, or we can go ahead and grab some other ribbon. Now, I'm just wondering if I used the balmy blue at the top of this. We could use the balmy blue ribbon. The other one that I have here, no, that's going to be too thick. Too dark, too thick. Too green. So yeah, we're going to go with balmy blue. So I'm going to cut just a little piece of it. And then I'm going to take both ends and fold them together. And then I'm actually going to go from the back of my tag through. There we go. And then I'm going to loop those two ends through and pull. So now we end up with these nice balmy blue kind of ears at the top, and then we can just trim them down, or you can leave them long depending on if you want to be able to tie this onto a gift or just have some cute little trimmed ends and attach it some other way. So you can do just like that, and then you've got like a sweet little tag with a gift for you with love. And then whatever gems you want, if you wanted to add some gems to this, I don't know if we'll have leftovers. We actually will. We'll have 4 leftover little red gems, and so you could pop those on there if you wanted, or just grab some rhinestones and give it a little bit of shine like that. So great for making lots of little tags. And then, like I said, we could, I'm not sure if I have a Santa hat in any of my kits. That's so strange. So Gingerbread Man didn't, he came with a toque. Yeah, I don't think I have a little Santa hat in anything. But if you've got a little Santa hat stamp, grab that big little things stamp set, stamp your little hippo, and then the sending a little Christmas cheer stamp is just super duper sweet, and we could put that with it. So don't have a ton of alternatives for this month, given the simplicity of what we had left over. Not a lot left over, But the boxes themselves are gorgeous. And then, of course, your tags don't have to get attached to the boxes. If you're like, oh, I'll never send gift cards, then grab yourself a card base, make yourself your beautiful tag, and attach it to a card front. So, yeah, those are just some of my ideas for this month. I'm looking forward to making these all up as gift card boxes because I've got a lot of teens in my life. So these will be perfect. And yeah, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I will be live again next Monday night at 7. And yeah, we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.